Hello and welcome to the Ralph Retort Rundown. I am your host, Ethan Ralph, aka The Ralph, the owner and editor-in-chief of TheRalphRetort.com. Today we're doing two shows, maybe even three, so we'll see. But I'm joined by Seattle for Truth, the senior political analyst at my website, TheRalphRetort.com. Thank you for joining me, sir.
Hey, what's up?
Nothing much, man. You got a very timely piece out last night on the Milwaukee, whatever you want to call it, riot, pretty much.
There were riots.
How did that? Yeah, I mean, when the gas station's burning, it looks like Iraq, 2003 or Fallujah, 2004. It's not a stretch to call this a full blown riot. So, how did it come about that you saw this? What all happened last night, etc.
I don't even know how I became aware of the story, but I mean, the whole city was burning down. Basically, they ended up burning down gas stations. They burnt down at O'Reilly's auto parts store. They burnt down a whole bunch of places, and now apparently, Sheriff Clark has called in for the National Guard, and Scott Walker approved it. So National Guard is on standby right now.
Yeah, and I think that orders have been restored somewhat, is what the media is trying to say now. But then again, they want to minimize this as much as possible because this is absolutely.
What time is it? It's in the afternoon, you know.
Yeah, that's also true. I remember Ferguson back when they were having their chimp out thing. A lot of times they would think things had subsided, and then when it would come night, it would get all fucked up again. So, and actually, there were people at this protest wearing Black Lives Matter, like literally wearing Black Lives Matter T-shirts. Not at the protest, I mean at the riot. Imagine if there was something like this going on, and there were people wearing Gamergate T-shirts or like Trump gear, and they were burning down a fucking gas station, robbing a salon or whatever. Could you imagine the media? The media is taking such pains and twisting themselves into pretzels to try to say not all Black Lives Matter, etc.
Yeah, you're right. They're still trying to vindicate the movement and say, oh no, this was just some rogue individuals. This isn't what we stand for. But no. It's becoming pretty clear.
I mean, it's getting a little too common to say that, right? Like, all right, one or two. It's like, okay, maybe, but this is becoming everyday. Just think of the stuff that just you yourself has documented on the site over the last 2 weeks, and we've done programming on it here on this channel too. Like, there's tons of video. I mean, just the crazy stories coming out of there. They're trying to attack their own leaders. They put a death threat on this guy.
Just
in Detroit, just in the past week,
they shot at that car. They shot at that black lady.
Yeah, they shot at the black lady's car, who accidentally run over the guy because he was standing in the middle of the road like an idiot. Not only that, there was a mother whose kid shot at some police, and she said Black Lives Matter inspired him to do it. So there's been story after story. It's just like the hits keep coming. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say. No, it's just like, but they're with their whole new platform, with their list of demands. It's in there. They're demanding all the violent criminals that have been convicted of murder and bombings and terrorism in the past. They want all those people released. Like, this is just a violent terrorist group at this point making demands. I mean, and what are their demands? They want more money. They want their terrorist friends freed. They want jurisdictions to not apply to them anymore, so that they're not liable under the white man's laws. Like, it's just absurd.
Oh yeah, and I left out that they want reparations and to disband police and all that too. I fucking forgot about that. Jesus Christ, how could I forget? So, yeah, they're radical terrorists, and they're committing literal terrorism now, and I don't really see how people can continue to stand behind this with a straight face.
I don't get it. Like, in media, because the media is trying to spin this.
Sure.
In various different little ways, like, oh, the cop shot some man as he was fleeing. That's one way they phrase it in headlines and stuff to try to like garner sympathy for the rioters. but it's just not working. Whenever they do that, you see people in the comment section just furious, calling them out, because everyone knows that this whole thing is just a creation of the media. This war against blacks. Well, that's what they have blacks actually believing, but it's all just fabricated by the media.
I'm gonna play this clip. I'm gonna post it over here in the chat that me and you have, and then I'm gonna play it so you can pull it up if you want. I think this is pertinent. This is a guy saying rich people not giving us money was the reason he was protesting last night. In his own words,
it's sad because this will happen because they're not helping the black community. Like
oh yeah,
the rich people, they got all this money and they're not like trying to give us none. It's
the rich people got all this money and they're not trying to give us none. Very succinct motivation there. I guess he might as well have said, "I want my reparations."
Well, I mean, really, that's just the motivation of most socialists. Just, they're making too much money, I want some.
But what do you think if you would give a large settlement check to people who have no financial training, who have not a lot of life training? Some of these people, might be felons. They might have all kinds of stuff on their record. Not that makes them failure at life. I can't say my past is 100% sparkling, but I'm just saying if you actually did give these people reparations, then a lot of times they would just waste that. It would go up in smoke. Sometimes literally within a couple of months probably. So I guess it might actually be a stimulus for the economy because I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, well, I've seen that argument.
Yeah.
Like, I think in the Atlantic, they're like, oh yeah, reparations will be good for the economy, but
no, I mean when you think about it, yeah, but I don't care. It's it might actually be when you think about it, because most of these people are gonna go spend that money. But
yeah, well, and when you think about it, I think Wall Street's supporting this type of thing now because they know that everyone who spends that money is going to go right into the coffers of Wall Street.
Yeah, exactly. They're going to make money. Of course, they support it, but
yeah,
I can't support it.
Same reason why they support war, because
yeah.
We spend all that money. It doesn't go down some black hole. It goes into somebody's private bank account after it gets laundered through all the private contractors and whatnot.
Yeah, I can't support that shit on principle. Fuck that. Like, I don't care if it's good for the economy. I don't care if it's fuck that.
Yeah, like, a lot of things are good for the economy.
Yeah, exactly. Like you said, war's pretty good for the economy. Sometimes I don't give a fuck. Like, you can't just. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah. So what else? Yeah, I wanted to talk about the guy what actually caused this. I was gonna see if I could find a good write up real quick. Basically,
yeah, they finally identified him.
Yeah, basically, yeah. I got that article too. Let me see if I can find a blow by blow that I read earlier. Sunday afternoon, when a pair of police officers stopped two people driving through the north side neighborhood of Milwaukee, police said. A foot chase ended when an officer shot Smith after ordering him to put down his gun. He had the gun with him, and the officer fired several times, Barrett said. Smith was shot in the arm and chest, the mayor said. The handgun he carried was stolen during a burglary in nearby Waukesha, I think that's how you say that, in March, according to police. So he's already, theoretically, he's burgled this residency already, and that's a crime where, yeah, that's what it is, burgled. I like that word too. It's just a funny word, but yeah, he burgled this residency, and this dude's a danger. I mean, it's not. I don't know. I don't see. They pick the worst people. We say this every time, but they never stop. The victim of that burglary reported 500 rounds of ammunition were also stolen with the handgun. Smith died at the scene, and the officer who fired the fatal shots was not injured. The officer is 24 years old and has 6 years of service with the Milwaukee Police Department, 3 as an officer. He will be placed on administrative duty during an investigation. It was unclear Sunday whether the second occupant of the car was in custody. So, and also they go on to say, I didn't read this part, but the officers had body cam footage, and they said the body camera was working. So presumably we're going to have footage of all this, and I don't think the police would just make all this shit up knowing that the footage is still yet to come out. That would not be a good move. So
yeah, I believe the police on this one, but what's going to be real interesting is what happens with the National Guard now.
Yeah, the National Guard has been has been called up. Now, they haven't been activated. They haven't been deployed yet, so they're like ready to go if needed, and they might be needed. Like you said, nightfall still hasn't happened, and so it definitely could get hairy out there.
Well, there's been reports that some of them are still going to stand up to them, even if the National Guard does come out. So, like, there are going to be people being idiots tonight. I guarantee you. And
also, police and media reports tried to say that they were using social media to make these protests bigger, to draw more people in.
But this is like what Twitter does. This is what Twitter does all around the world. That's why it's the best ally of George Soros, because they use Twitter to start the little revolutions and to organize, and that's where it all goes down. And even though that's why countries end up having to shut that shit down, and we criticize them like, oh man, I can't believe they shut Twitter down. What a bunch of fascists. But like, Twitter is like basically instigating fucking riots and unrest in all these countries, and now we're seeing it here. Now we're seeing exactly what they do. So we get to
pretty much you can't really put it any better than that, because that's exactly what's happening. Let me I'm showing some pictures right here. I'm showing some pictures on the screen of the riots last night, and let's see, here's the crowd gathered near the scene, Sherman Boulevard, near an hour before the rocks started flying. They were pelting journalists and shit too, so
oh yeah, journalists were saying they had to run away because they're a bunch of pussies though. Like, oh, run away because you're threatening. They don't even sit in there to record it.
Yeah, that's not exactly a profile encouragement. Here's the Milwaukee police.
What a bunch of racists. Why are they so scared of the black people?
The Milwaukee police had a surprisingly active Twitter account during all this, which I thought was interesting. They were like tweeting blow by blows of what was going on with the riot during the.
I thought that was good though.
No, I mean, I thought it was good too, but they were doing a better job than a lot of the media, which was interesting. There's a police car. Crowd breaks windows of unoccupied squad car near Sherman an hour. Other squad cars set afire and broken windows on another. So they were going on a rampage. I showed you the pictures earlier. They were looting salons and shit like that. So I'm not sure how that's gonna.
There's a lot of looting.
How that helps. There's a chick with literally a Black Lives Matter T-shirt on. I'm gonna go ahead and play that. You can see the gas station burn. It's only 30 seconds. So
I'll be right. Hold on.
They're coming out like it's a social event. This is like people gunning their engines and shit. Black Lives Matter. Oh shit.
That's what's up. Black Lives Matter. 24 hours a day. From Wisconsin all the way to Africa and beyond.
From Wisconsin all the way to Africa and beyond. Oh my God. That is
crowd of people running somewhere.
That's not a good look for Black Lives Matter. I don't know who thinks it is. And then I saw DeRay on Twitter earlier, and he refused to condemn. He said he said he condemned the systemic violence that made this possible or some shit.
That led to the riots or whatever. Yeah, what an idiot.
To me, that's basically a cosign of the riots.
Yeah, well, exactly, and this is how you destroy a movement, by like basically turning it into this extremist, violent lynch mob, and that's what they become. And everyone who has their eyes open could see it. So at that point, I mean, they just lose support from all reasonable people. And you did have a lot of dumbasses with white guilt that were supporting them, and they're losing a lot of that support right now.
Oh wow! I just saw Sarah. Oh my God! I was strolling down DeRay's timeline, and there's Sarah Nyberg that he retweeted. Yeah. Oh wow! Complete degeneracy all the way around. And he, whatever you want to say. Nyberg said, "This is the brother of the man that was killed in Milwaukee by police last night." I guess
right now you got a city riot going on because once again the police has failed to protect us.
The police have failed to protect us.
They failed to be.
Yeah, I saw that last night.
Okay,
I saw that earlier.
And us as a community, we're not going to protect ourselves.
What about your brother burgling the house, though?
To protect us, then this is what you get.
And holding a gun at police.
You get riots.
It's ridiculous.
What's going on, Seattle? What the fuck?
to the people that sworn in.
We live in bizarro world.
He just shook his head yes, like that was true.
Why it's ISIS in the
I know. Well, these people are so mad at the
people
system
upset here tonight,
that they just want to kill anyone that's involved in the system. And the
you
media
guys to be
are all
okay tonight and to
Marxist
stop this
scum,
chaos?
so they're all cheering it along.
I'm gonna let y'all know that now. It's not us guys neither, and I'm glad that y'all said that. It's not us. It's the police. This the madness that they spark up. This is what they encourage. This is what they provoke. This is what you get out of you taking a loved one from someone. This is what you get. You get a lot of people that's hurt.
Dude, he had a gun and was pointing at police.
They can't no longer depend on the police.
It sucks that your brother's dead for you, but
like they say they gonna do.
Stop pointing guns at police officers.
And no, it's not gonna end today. I can't tell you it's gonna end tomorrow. I don't know when it's gonna end.
At least Sheriff Clark's
for y'all to start. We're not the ones that's killing us. Y'all killing us. We can't make a change if y'all don't change.
This is just absolutely ridiculous. I can't. I mean, it's just not true. I'm disgusted right now after saying that. I can't lie. I mean, obviously, his brother died. I'm sure he feels bad. I hate he's going through that, but this is just it's propaganda, dude. It's not even close to the truth.
It's like terrorist propaganda is what it is. This is how you see like
fucking Nyberg retweet. That had 6,000 retweets, dude.
These people are sick. They're terrorists that want to destroy. They want to abolish the police through violence, if necessary. They want to abolish the capitalist system through violence. They're revolutionaries, but the dupes out rioting, most of them just want free stuff. But the people involved in making this happen and cheering it along and covering it up for it in the media, they're all Marxist scum.
They've made a fucking slime bag crook like DeRay into a fucking folk hero, and it's disgusting. I denounced the state violence that led to any protest in the first place, so that's him basically co-signing the riots. Then you look at his timeline. I mean, this dude's just sick. Now he wants to. He said Sheriff Clark isn't fit to lead. Yeah, I could imagine Sheriff Clark probably scares the shit out of you. And he said, when's he up for re-election? Like he can even do anything about it. You got smoked in Baltimore. It's not like you know.
Yeah, you got 1%. Like you got 1% in Baltimore.
Yeah, it's not like he knows anything about real politics. I mean, he can talk shit on Twitter, but
you got 1%. Or 1, maybe 2%.
And that was with the Washington Post rolling his candidacy out like it was some huge deal.
He had like buzz feedback in them.
Oh God, that shows you how much power they really got, which is to say not much.
Yeah, the whole thing's ridiculous.
The article has 135 comments on it. It's a very lively discussion. I can't tell if this one dude is a troll in there or not. But
the original article on it, yeah, it got quite a few views.
Yep, Google actually did us a solid, and it made it up to the top of the page. I'm not sure, or on the front page.
I don't think it's on the top. It was on the front page.
Well, I don't know how high it was at a certain point, but I didn't even know the hits were coming from Google, and I was like, oh shit. So yes. What else? Oh, you did say Reddit. Some people are bitching on Reddit that they think that stuff's being censored from some of the bigger subreddits.
I mean, that was predictable. Yeah, on our news, they're saying that the story's been censored. But that's typical. They've censored every story. But that's what everyone's calling all the time.
They did it. That's what happened. That's one of the things that help spark like
normies.
Too, so.
Normies are just getting sick of the propaganda, man. They're getting sick of it. They're getting sick of the progressives, dude. Everyone's getting sick of progressives right now. From what I've seen in the comment sections, and I mean not just on Reddit, but in the comment sections on the article. Like everywhere, dude. Like everyone's getting sick of the progressives because everyone knows there's the progressives that did the progressive media, the progressive academics that encourage this stuff. Like, the stupid liberals cheering this shit on. Everyone knows where this is coming from, and it's coming from Obama and his crew and all the rest of those fucking progressives. So I think that it's gonna be. The tides are starting to turn because. They only got away with it for so long when they were pretending like they had good intentions, and they're really tricking people for a while. But now it's all coming home to roost.
I'd have to agree with that, and I think I'm just gonna wrap it there because we did a pretty good, solid little 20 minutes on this, and that's about all I wanted to talk about, really.
Cool.
So thank you for joining me. I'm gonna put the link to this article. By the way, the article that he wrote has pretty much all the key videos and stuff like that through it. So check that out. I'll have that in the description.
Yeah, and then there was two little updates, because I did a little update when I heard that Sheriff Clark was asking for the National Guard, and then I did another update when Scott Walker actually approved National Guard. So.
Yep, those are both up. Wild Goose has an article up on the UK declaring war on trolls. Nora and I have a video up about a disgusting Malawian dude who is paid to have sex with little girls, which is disturbing. But that's our video for today. And so check that out. Check all that shit out. TheRalphReport.com. Thank you, Seattle, for joining us. I appreciate it, man.
Yep.